Hey guys, welcome to the Chart Series 7. Today I'm reviewing this, which is the Avengers Age of Ultron, Rampaging Hulk vs. Sub Ultron 012, and Captain America vs. Ultimate Ultron. Now, you might be wondering why I'm reviewing action figures from 2 years ago. But these were a part of the Avengers Age of Ultron line, and I picked up a lot of the characters from that wave. Some of my highest rated videos are actually from that series, but I never saw these two in store. I finally found Quicksilver. I think I found him last year, maybe the year before it. Really blessed I found him, but today I found these two at a new 5 and below in my area. And I had no idea they were going to be there, and I'm really happy to pick them up, finally complete the collection. Like, they weren't something I was desperately after, but they were something I wanted, so yeah, I'm going to review these. It's a bit of a throwback video, and I will show comparisons to some of the other characters in the wave, and yeah. So, looking at the Rampaging Hulk with Sub Ultron first. And just to kind of show you the Sub Ultron or the Ultron Century, as you can see, it's pretty cool. It's like in this gunmetal gray type color. It's got some nice molded detail on it. I believe they did a 2-pack with Ultron, actually a 3-pack. It came with 2 of these in Ultron. It was very cool. I remember that. I always liked the Age of Ultron toy line. A lot of people did not because of the scale. It's like a 2-inch line, but I always thought it was kind of cool. And they did an Avengers Tower for it, which I'm using as the backdrop here. But pretty neat. It's got some blue detailing on the eyes and the mouth. It looks a lot like what we see in the movie. And it's got some nice detailing on the armor, the body, and the legs. And articulation is pretty much standard for all these. It's 5 points. You can turn the head, you can rotate the arms, and then the legs also move forwards and a little bit backwards, I believe. So yeah, pretty good. And for accessories, you get these red blasters that you can put on his arms. It's a weird accessory. It's one they brought in at the very end of the line in this final phase, or final wave of it. It was cool, but just a little strange. And if you wanted, though... Oh, you have to be careful. It'll come off from the peg. But one cool thing about it was, if you wanted to do this, you could actually, like, put it onto Iron Man. So if you want to give him, like, a blaster effect, you could do that. And you could probably put it on Scarlet Witch, too. But overall, I think this is really neat. They didn't do a lot of 2-packs at the start of the series, so it's cool to get these two. And here's a comparison with the Century from the 2-pack with Ultron. And as you can see, it looks like this one's in more of a lighter color than this one, but they still do look pretty good together. And I'm glad they included the figure with articulation, because I know like the one they released with Quicksilver was a little bit different from that, so that's cool. But here we have the Rampaging Hulk. This Hulk is really interesting. You'll notice he looks more gray than green. That's because in the Avengers Age of Ultron movie, they intended it for him to like turn gray when he was fighting the Hulkbuster, but they ultimately left him green. When the movie's release came out, they changed it. But some of the trailers, you can notice he was a little gray looking, and he does look a little weird in that fight scene, but yeah, ultimately he didn't end up looking like this. But nonetheless, it was really cool. A couple toys did action figures in this color. I think Funko did stuff. But yeah, it looks really good, and I like it. I especially like here on his eyes. He's got some black paint, and you'll notice he has red around the eyes like Scarlet Witch is controlling him. So I really like that they included that. And he's got brown pants instead of purple, which is kind of an interesting design, but kind of neat that they did that. And yeah, overall I think he looks really cool. It's nice to have the gray Hulk. I like how they did a variant. Even though it didn't appear in the movie, it was simple but nice. And just like the Ultron Century, you got a 360 at the head, you can look up and down, 360 at the arms, legs come forwards and backwards. And here's a comparison with the standard Hulk that came out a couple times in this series. And you can see the paint job is definitely different on them. The pants, everything about it, just kind of different, which is good. And one thing I really like with the hair, on this one they painted the hair green, and it looks kind of weird, or maybe they didn't paint the hair, but this one they paint it black, and it looks a lot better. Like, the green-haired paint was always kind of weird, to be honest. Even though Hulk does have it in the comics, it just looked a little strange to me, so I like how they did this one. But yeah. So, here we have Ultimate Ultron and Captain America. So, with mine, I think he kinda got bowed in the packaging. You'll notice his legs a little strange. I do have a lot of the other Captain Americas from this series, so it doesn't really bother me, though. But for the most part, it does look to be about the same mold. I don't really notice any big differences. And you do get his shield, which is red, white, and blue, really cool. It is removable as well, so that's pretty nice. You'll notice his suit here kind of looks like black purple, because when they were making the Age of Ultron toys, they based them off the concept art or whatever, so they ended up doing the wrong paint job for Captain America's suit. They did they did perfect it in Civil War. They gave him the blue, which looks better, but for the most part, all of the Captain Americas in this series looked like this. It doesn't really bother me though, and it's something I've grown adjusted to. I do like the red paint around the star. I think it's pretty neat. I like the details there, and pretty cool. He's got some on the gloves, and I think the face, it's really neat. It's got the A, so, you know, pretty cool for the most part. And again, same articulation. There's not much I can really say about him because I reviewed a couple of these Captain Americas, like this one, just like this one, when they first came out. So I have a couple of different ones of him, so yeah. But overall, I think he's a pretty good action figure. And moving on to the Ultron. So here we have him, and this is the one that I really wanted from this set, because this is supposed to be like Ultron's final design, where he's bulkier and stronger, and he just looks so cool. I love these raised up shoulder pads. I think they look amazing, and then you have this little metal bit here, and you can see the inside of his elbows, and everything, the shoulders, all the detailing on this, especially like in this area, it looks so good. And then his hands, and how he has this like armor blade that goes around it. I love all the detailing on this guy, I'm not gonna lie. He's got some red there, and in there, and then on his mouth it looks really creepy how they did the face, but it looks good, and it does have the red on the insides of it, so pretty cool. He's got a lot of lines and indents that go along his legs, and then he has the two toes feet, so pretty cool there. A little bit of a tongue twister, but yeah, and then he's got the back, which is neat. So pretty cool, to be honest. In terms of articulation, it is the same, but does look really good. And you do get the same accessories. You get these kind of like little arm pieces that can just go onto his arm, which are pretty neat. I like these. I like that they give you extras of them. And also you get this like cannon arm, which looks pretty cool. He doesn't actually have this in the movie, I don't believe, but it does look neat, and you can just clip it on to the back here of Ultron if you want to do that and make it look like he's got a shoulder cannon. I mean, it's a little weird, and to be honest, I probably won't use it, but it's kind of cool play feature, so I like that. And then here's a comparison of him with the original Ultron. And as you can see, he just like towers over the original Ultron quite a bit there. So pretty cool. I do like that. I thought the original Ultron was nicely detailed for the scale. So I like that they did both of these. And then here's a comparison with the Cap in the set. And as you can see, again, more in scale with height, with how Ultron was supposed to be in the film. So that's cool. And then with Hulk, as you can see, Hulk's still taller. But yeah, for the most part, this is very cool. I'm glad I picked these up, you know, to kind of complete the collection. With Miniverse, it was a really short-lived line. They started it with Guardians of the Galaxy, and they ended it with Civil War. And I really am glad that they went back to the 6-inch scale, but I'm not gonna lie, I did like the 2-inch scale. I like the playsets they did for it, and I thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.